Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading. Today we are doing what I am lovingly dubbed your mid-year reality check. So just before we get started, I have to warn you, this is going to be a little bit of a tough love reading. So if you're not interested in tough love, if you don't want or need tough love right now, I will not judge you for tapping out right now, because I completely understand sometimes you just want love, not tough love. God, there's so many cards falling out here. For those of you who have decided to stick around, we are going to be looking at your wants in life right now and the reality of your situation. Then we're going to look at what your wants have mistakenly led you to believe is true and the wrong impression that reality is giving you. And this is kind of to help you get rid of any misconceptions, any wrong conclusions you've drawn about things, to help you move on in your path. Okay, I don't know what it is. Okay, so 8 of Cups has come out, Knight of Cups, the Tower, and the 4 of Swords. So something crazy, I think, has happened in your life recently, Pisces. Something that's shaken everything. But we'll see once we get further in. We're also going to look at the energy that's propelling you forward, and we're going to help get you some advice for your highest good as you move through the rest of the year. Some of that advice could also double as a little bit of what the future holds for you over the next 6 months, but kind of varies by reading to reading. So we'll see. We'll see what this is. And I will say this is something Spirit has led me to do after leading me to do one for myself, and it absolutely got my head back on straight. I needed it. It wasn't exactly the best thing to hear, but I did need to hear it. So, for those of you who have watched me before, I am still taking the middle card and the bottom card in the deck. They do offer a lot of clarity in these readings. I am just wanting to get all of your cards laid out here first. Oh, I do love this, though. I love this for you so much, Pisces. This, your middle card here is the 2 of Pentacles. This, to me, doesn't even necessarily feel like making a choice, although that could have some sway on things. More like this feels like finding inner balance and inner peace, almost. I'm kind of getting a little bit of Temperance vibes off of this. And the middle card to me is always the driving force of the bottom of the deck, which is the heart of the matter, which for you is the Sun. So you are literally just trying to find peace and harmony and happiness. And I like that. And not only trying to find it, but I feel achieving it as well. I just noticed here, I've been starting to learn runes recently, and in the skirt here is the rune for the sun in runes, which I like that a lot. That's fantastic. Anyway, let's get further into this here. This first card here is your wants, Pisces, and that is Queen of Wands, and I feel like this is wanting to let your spirit really shine. Okay, wanting to manifest, excuse me, manifest the future that you want, wanting to be able to create anything, create the life that you choose, be happy, be charismatic, be creative, just be you as you are. Okay, I love that. I want that for you as well. So I really hope that this leads you to achieving that. The reality of the situation is right now 9 of Cups. And we're going to get some clarity on that, because the energy on that feels a little muddled. It kind of feels like a mixed blessing almost. Like you have hopes and dreams, and 9 of Cups is a wish fulfillment, but it's kind of one of those be careful what you wish for things. So tell me more about this 9 of Cups, please, for Pisces. There we go. Yeah. Again, it does feel like a mixed blessing. Bottom of the deck here is 6 of Inspiration, 6 of Wands, which is a card of success, putting yourself out there, having the courage to do so. What's actually come out here is 8 of Cups and 6 of Cups. So it feels like reality has you achieving dreams and wishes and goals and stuff, but it's leading you to walk away from things in your past. It's also leading you to walk out of your comfort zone, which has been really difficult, I'm feeling. And I think that's where those like mixed blessing vibes are coming from. You're recognizing that there's things in your past that you have to leave behind, and it's not really easy because you don't want to. But I think you're coming to terms with you've outgrown them, you know? So there's absolutely sadness tinged in there, but I have to say it can't be all bad if it's 9 of Cups and you're achieving those dreams, you know? So what we have here is what your wants have mistakenly led you to believe as true, okay? And you have 9 of Pentacles. Now, this is a mistaken belief, but I don't want to say it's all bad, because it feels more like a fake it till you make it kind of thing. It feels as though you wanting to be able to manifest your own reality, to have all the power, all that spark, all that creativity, has mistakenly led you to believe that you need to do it alone. You need to be independent. You know, you need to step out on your own and not need any assistance for anyone is what I'm getting. But again, that's simply not true, right? Because these are mistaken beliefs. Okay, so what has reality given you the wrong impression about? And it's Page of Wands. That I just heard for a lot of you that you're not ready for this, you know? And that's interesting. I want to clarify that Page of Wands too, because honestly it feels like reality is just giving you such mixed emotions right now. Yeah. Said one more. Thank you. Again, 9 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. It feels like reality is also kind of leading you in that direction. Telling you that you're not quite ready, that you have to start from page 1. But again, it's also that feeling that you have to end everything. You have to close out all chapters. You have to leave everything behind. Because that feels like it's pulling from the 8 of Cups, 6 of Cups. And again, that sense that you have to do this alone. We have the Hermit and the 9 of Pentacles. Reality is also telling you, making you feel like you're not ready, but you have to do it alone. And you have to end things. No. It's like reality is just telling you you're not ready. Which is so weird because 9 of Cups is right there. That is achieving those goals. That is achieving some of these dreams. It's getting that wish fulfillment, but it feels as though something within you is rejecting it, right? And I think it's because the growing out of things, leaving things behind is so difficult. And for whatever reason, you feel that it has to be the end of things. And I just want to say that outgrowing things and leaving things behind isn't necessarily a bad thing. But again, it doesn't necessarily mean that some of those things can't come with you. Some of those things can grow with you, and it's simply leaving behind those preconceptions and the misconceptions and everything that you think you know about them. You know, you think they're not ready, so you have to leave them behind, but maybe they are ready, right? You don't have to do it alone. You don't have to go on this journey all alone. You don't have to start from stage 1 and do it yourself. Okay? I'm just letting that sink in here. Because I feel very strongly that some of you need to hear that in that specific way. Okay? Yeah. So let's see, the energy that's propelling you forward right now is Ace of Cups. And this is beautiful. This is a wonderful overflowing cup. This is an open heart. This is open emotions. This is wanting to be fulfilled and sharing that fulfillment. And that is awesome. That is a great energy to have propelling you forward. Okay? Again, though, it just does feel tinged with a little bit of this sadness. Because for whatever reason, you think you have to do this alone. And you don't. Okay? So let's get you some advice here, Pisces. Yeah. This is... Five of Cups here to start is not saying sink into your emotions and wallow in them. It's saying don't do that. What it is saying is confront the sadness. Be sad about the things that have not grown with you and do not get to come along with you on this new journey. Okay? But acknowledge it and heal from it. Right? Feel what you're feeling, but don't get lost in it. Right? Take whatever lessons you need. Learn whatever you need. Don't be afraid to ask for help, especially if there is someone who is a little bit more experienced in whatever you want to learn. Okay? Because that's perfectly fine. Don't find yourself sinking into gossip or anything like that, but be aware that it might be around you. Okay? But I wouldn't give too much credence to any of it. I wouldn't really... I really wouldn't pay it a whole lot of mind, to be honest, because what is gossip often but misconceptions and rumors, you know? So, but there is, like, celebrate your victories, okay? Allow yourself to have some fun. Allow yourself to feel a little bit of freedom. Because I do feel like some of you are a little constrained. And again, recognize that there are people here. Okay? There are people to celebrate with you. And again, just because you are growing as a person and moving into this new journey, it doesn't mean that things or people from your past have not grown with you. Like, it's perfectly okay to leave behind the ones who haven't. But again, you don't have to do it alone. And it's coming in from both sides. It's like, no matter which way you look, you feel like you have to be independent and do things on your own and you can't rely on anyone. And that's just not how I'm seeing things. I think you have people around you who want to support you, but I think what you're doing is cutting them off. I think you're withdrawing into yourself, and you feel that if you don't engage, that things will be fine. And I don't think that's how that works. But I have some oracles for you, Pisces. The first one is the bottom of the deck here, Snake Spirit, time to heal. Okay, I think you need to find that time. Again, up here with that Two of Pentacles and the Sun, you're trying to find your balance and your harmony. You're trying to even out your life so you don't feel so dragged down. You're trying to find your happiness. Okay, that's your time to heal. I think you're already there. I think you're already working on it. You also have Wasp Spirit. Sometimes life stings. And again, I feel like this ties into some things, some people you will have to leave behind because they haven't grown with you. But again, I have to clarify that does not mean everyone. Okay? It does not mean everyone from your past has to stay there. You know? You also have here Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. Okay? Spirit absolutely has a plan. I think you're just kind of learning what that is, you know? But I do like it. Like, reality right now is you achieving some sort of goal, some sort of dream, whatever it is. I like that. It's just something in your head is telling you you have to move on alone, and you don't. You absolutely don't. Like, you have people, okay? You do. So that's what I have for you, Pisces. If this resonated, please drop a like down below. It lets me know as a tarot reader I've tapped into your energies, which is super important for me because I do strive to give the most accurate message that I possibly can. I wish you the very best in the rest of your year over the next 6 months. Take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you in the next one.